What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next cleanup episode, and this one is a nice one. I really think it really highlights how minor changes can make a big difference. Zimban comes in first on this base, and he was a first hit, so didn't know where everything was. Turns out that there is a Tesla farm in this area here, and that will come into play later in the video. But what he starts off with is a great plan, which is just a dragon attack with obviously a big queen walk and then a small kill squad to come in and get an air defense. He notices that if he gets his queen in this location, she can get all three of these air defenses, and that's exactly what he does. Drops a few minions down for funnel creation there and then drops his queen with his healers, walks them down, takes all of this area out, then sends in wall breakers, which opens up this compartment that allows the queen to step in, get in here, and take all of that out, plus the CC when she gets there, etc. A lot of defenses along the way. Very high value for the queen walk there. Then he comes in with his golem, his king, and 5 wizards along the bottom here. More wall breakers to open this up, let them come in. Obviously, their goal is this air defense, and just to clear this whole section out, which they do very effectively. From there, the Tesla farm pops and kills them, but no big deal. Sends the dragons in from the side here. Just starts creating his funnel and sends them all in. They take the queen out. He does have a nice rage for them there. But what I really think made the big difference on this between this and when the way it gets cleaned up is the spell selection. You'll see he's got 2 rages, 5 haste spells. Now, haste spells are nice, and dragons do move slowly, but the one problem is dragons not only move slowly, they have very slow attack speed. And so the haste spell does not buff the attack speed, it just buffs the movement speed, which lets them get between defenses very quickly. However, if you're talking about a Tesla farm like we are in this attack right in this area, the attack speed the movement speed is not a big deal. The defenses are very close together. They don't have to travel very far to get to the next defense and to take it out. So really almost like not having a spell there when you're dropping haste spells and the defenses are touching, because they move to the next defense in a fraction of a second, and if you're doing that in a fraction of a second, you really don't notice much difference. And then once they get to that defense and stop, they literally are not buffed anymore. So I really think the main thing, the mistake made in the first attack was bringing haste over rage spells. Again, he didn't know that there was a Tesla farm there, and if the defenses are more spread out, haste make a lot of sense. But that wasn't the case in this one. But let's watch Zimban do it, and then we'll come back to the drawing board and talk about how it gets cleaned up. All right, here we go with Zimban's attack, and again, he is just going to drop some minions, just start creating a funnel, making sure that his queen walk's going to go the way he wants, and then also cut her path off to where she will go into the base when he's ready for that as well. Maybe even drop one or on the bottom down there to help start creating that funnel. Yeah, down there at the bottom. Starting to create funnels in all different directions here, just giving them a few moments to do their thing, start taking out those trash buildings, and then drops the queen down with the healers. As soon as she takes out that hut, she's going to step up and start taking out these defenses here, and then from there, she will go down to the town hall with it. He wants this whole compartment here emptied out. He knows the queen can reach it, and it's important that she empties it out because of the wall breaker targeting. We've talked about this before, wall breaker AI. It does actually target a building, so if there's no buildings in that compartment, there's no reason for it to target it, and they won't. And even though his next wall is offset a little bit, sort of sunk back in, he can get in there and get it targeted. You see he drops the giant down just to distract, make sure that nothing's going to target his wall breakers, sends him in at a nice angle, and boom, right where he wants him to go, opens it up just as the queen is about to take down the town hall. From there, he does go ahead and drop a wizard. Kind of wasted right there, that wizard, because it didn't really take anything out and really wasn't needed. The queen is not going to go wrap around at that point. He's got that one building cutting her off. I don't think there's a good chance of her going down there. As soon as she steps into that wizard tower, then the next closest thing is those air defenses that are in the core. So the sweeper starts pushing back the healers a little bit. No big deal there because it's actually protecting the healers, making sure that they're not right close to those air defenses. Once she takes that out, then she's going to take out the next air defense, and then the sweeper, I believe, is next. So she goes right into the pocket. Now he's safe to go ahead and start his bottom attack here. You see the golem going down, just out of view there. There it is. And then the wizard's creating the funnel, pushing everything in. He's going to drop the wall breakers in a moment to open that compartment up, and then also the king will come in right behind it. So right there, boom, wall breakers are in. Here comes the king. A few more wizards, the remaining wizards that he had, which wasn't a whole lot, but it's enough to help out. A little bit of damage there. everything starts moving. You see, he did rage up his queen to help with that. I believe if he took the CC troops out already. I couldn't tell if that's what it was. I was watching the king down there. But regardless, raised up the queen. You see, using the king's ability there, and then already starting in those dragons up top. No, right there's the CC troops coming out. Lava Hound coming out. So the queen's going to be distracted there. You see that the compartment on the bottom gets cleared out. The air defense, the all-important air defense is gone. After that Tesla farm pops, pretty much the end of the king and that little kill squad there. It just cooks them way too fast. But the dragons coming through, you see he does rage on them now. Is what I was talking about earlier. Look at how closely together all the remaining defenses are in this base. They're not spread out. It's not about travel time for the dragons. It's more about taking those defenses out before the defenses take them out. And as they start to close in here, you'll see what I mean. They take out that army camp. Now, at this point right here, the dragons are on it. That rage or that haste absolutely does nothing for them. The movement speed, the movement between the two defenses is nothing. And it's just too much damage coming their way. If you traps spawn up, help take them out a little bit more. Only one left, and it goes to the middle there. But you see the queen in there. She's doing pretty good and actually would have probably 3-starred this base, but he simply runs out of time because he has no troops left. All he's got is the queen and that one dragon. It gets roasted by a black bomb. A few defenses left and a few trash buildings, and just doesn't have enough to get it done. Excellent attack. Let's go back to the drawing board and see how this one was actually corrected in 3-star. All right, looking back at the base, obviously Garsk gets to watch that attack and say, hey, I don't have to reinvent anything here. That was a great plan, a great attack. It's going to work. I've just got to correct on a few minor changes. And the one that you want to notice is right down here. That, as well as this. These are two brilliant changes, little touches that he did to make this attack an easy 3-star, as opposed to running out of time like Zimban did there. So same thing, drops the minions down, creates his funnel, drops his queen up here, lets her walk down, wall breakers, all of that was perfect. Did it the exact same way, raged her up, did it all the same way. She takes that out. Comes in with a kill squad, again, the exact same thing, golem, king, wizards, comes in, takes this section out, beautiful. Sends the dragons in, same thing, everything's looking good. Now the one thing that he does a little different, obviously he does have a rage here, but if you're counting spells, he's got 2 rages left. He does have one there, and he's got the 3 balloons. Now he drops 1 balloon right here because this is all taken out from the queen, I believe, but this is still standing, takes that out with 1 balloon. And then he waits. He waits for the Tesla farm to pop. He's got a dragon come down here, drops another rage, sends in those 2 remaining balloons. So now he's got a defensive targeting building, defensive targeting troops, raged balloons. Obviously, we know they took defenses out very, very quickly, going through and helping out with that. Plus, he's getting the increased attack speed from the rage on the dragons. So those 2 things combined make this pretty much an easy 3-star. Let's watch Garsk do it, and then we will wrap up. All right, here we go with Garsk attack. And again, you're going to see he's just going to start dropping these minions down, doing it exactly pretty much the same spots where Zim did, and just creating that funnel, making sure his troops are going to go the direction he wants them to. And then as soon as he gives those a few moments to get started, he is going to drop his queen down, which is going to allow her to start doing her walk, clear out that first section, and allow the wall breakers to target the right compartments. So right there, the queen goes down, the healers are on her, those trash buildings are out of the way, everything is looking good, and now he's even got the minion up top is going to the next defensive, or excuse me, the next structure, just trash building, clearing it out of the way. So making that funnel even a little bit wider than the first attack. So right here, taking out those defenses, now into the storage. As soon as that compartment is cleared out of the way, he'll drop that giant down, distract for the wall breakers, and deploy those to make sure the queen is going the right direction there. So there goes the giant. Here come the wall breakers. Knows where they're going to go because he watched it get done just a moment ago. Opens everything up perfectly, and now the queen is again about to take out that town hall, and there's no question of where she's going to head when it's all said and done. Now there's a little bit of work to do here. She's got to take out that high HP storage. Both of those air defense are kind of high HP, but he knows that she can get through and get this done. He's going to go ahead, and I think just to speed her up for time's sake, and drop that first rage down. Obviously, she's not in any danger there. She's not even taking hardly any damage. But he wants to burn through those defenses a little bit quicker, get it done, and he knows he's going to have the extra rage spell to spare. So you see at the bottom there, the golem going down, the wizard's creating the funnel, the wall breaker's going in, and you'll see because he did not waste that first wizard, he's going a little heavier on the wizards here and has a little bit quicker clearing and a little bit more force going through this section. The queen right there with her second rage, the one that's actually needed, starts cleaning up some of this down here at the bottom, clearing up those skeleton traps and that expo. All that goes down, and then she will get to that last air defense that she is after. As you see the golem already approaching and the king closing in on that last air defense that they've got to grab. There's the 1 balloon on the mortar outside there, takes it out. Here comes the CC troops, and here comes the dragons just creating the funnel, doing it pretty much the same way. You see, he did probably a little bit more out of these wizards that were clumped up a little bit better behind that king. Took out that archer tower, and I think that's all they got for it. But still, pretty good job getting all that taken care of. Now he's got the rage left. He used one rage right there. He's got one more remaining. He goes ahead and drops that poison on that king and queen just to slow their damage down. But watch the balloons and the use of the rage here. This is what really made this attack very nice, in my opinion, is the way he just waited, let those all those Teslas start targeting that dragon, knew they were going to be distracted, sends in the balloons with that rage. And not only that, look how quickly the dragon has taken out those defenses as well, because it has that increased attack speed. That one dragon, with the help of those 2 balloons, cleared that entire Tesla farm section and got the 3-star. That is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.